Okay. Well, hello and thank you for tuning in. If you like antiques, stick around. It's the place you want to be. I have some absolute wonderful finds from car boot sales and I get to show you everything I bought. Oh, excuse me. Very sorry. Allergy season. Okay, so yeah, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Walter O'Neill and I own and run AntiquesArena.com, where I sell all my wonderful treasures I find. I go around car boot sales, digging in boxes of junk on the floor, and I pull out some really good gear. I really do. And to be honest with you, because it's on car boot sales, it comes in for practically nothing. It's absolutely wonderful. Every day of my life is literally a treasure hunt. So if you're interested, stick around, show you some of the things that I've bought. Before I do, I'm going to have a little chat to you. I've been away for about 3 weeks, something like that. Well, those of you on my channel, you know, I struggle with mental health anyway, and it's been a tough month with many things going on. And I just haven't been able mentally to make the videos. So for those of you who've messaged, thank you very much, David. Thank you very much for the couple of messages you've sent me on the shop. I do appreciate everybody who've messaged. And hopefully things will be fine and we'll be back up filming now. Um, if you do struggle with mental health, you'll know there's no rhyme or reason behind it. It just comes on you one day and then you just can't snap out of it. Relating to business, I don't know how everyone else is finding it, but I certainly think the recession has hit. Now, I've noticed a major downturn on the website, and I'll talk to you in a minute about what I've done to combat that. But I'm also noticing it on the car boot sales, which is fabulous if you buy in, because everybody is out selling and they're selling some really good gear for nothing. Because people need the money, they're literally selling everything short of their souls, honestly. But then what that means is for the stuff like I sell, I normally take house clearance or leftover auction lots and things to the car boot sale, and I sell it £1.50 and £2 because I don't want it. It's not junk, but it's not something I want for the website. But with the amount of people now piling onto the car boot sales and the really good gear they're selling for £1.50, people don't want the bottom end. So I'm noticing there's a knock-on effect on my selling at the car boot sales, as well as online. But what I've done to combat the online selling, which has worked a treat, I got to be honest with you, is I took a little inspiration from eBay. If I come across here to my site, this is just a typical page on my shop where I have all the categories down the side and the individual products in the order they've been listed. You can select any order you want. So if I just click on an item, any item. So I got a beautiful large Hereford bull here. But what you see when you come down here, you can add it to the cart. You can do a pay monthly option, or you can make an offer. So you can come here and click on an item, put your name, your email, how many you want, because sometimes they sell multiples, the individual unit price, and a description of what you want, and then submit the offer to me. And that has worked an absolute treat. Okay. I love you. So yeah, that's worked an absolute treat. And the downside with that is you do get people taking the mick like you do on eBay. They'll come in, you might have some for £100, they'll offer you a tenner. You just delete those. But the make an offer option is now available right across my entire website. So people have been making offers, and I'll give you some examples. I sold a chronograph watch. It was 225 on there, and I sold it for 200. They offered me £25 under, just covered the postage and a couple of pound off. I had a set of 10 stemmed brandy balloons or gin glasses. Never had a set before. They were up for 175. The lady offered me 150. So some of the offers have been very fair, where some have been, to be honest, piss take. But overall, my standard take was down about 50% in the shop. I've now, with the make an offer, managed to pull it back to where it was. So I'm not actually down at the moment. I'm taking a bit less money, but that's absolutely fine anyway, because the stuff I buy comes in for next to nothing. So if you've got a website, maybe look into the make an offer option. It's now available out there. you can have it incorporated then into your website. Or if there was something in my site or in one of my earlier videos you liked, you can now go and make an offer. How fabulous is that? Anyway, that's a bit of the chatting done. I am sorry for those of you who use my channel as a bit of company, because I know I do have some older people who rely on my videos for company. That's why I put some out on Christmas Day and things. So for you, I am very sorry. I've been a bit down, but hopefully we'll be back now. So anyway, let's get to the little haul of collectibles. I've got tons of stuff that isn't filmed that's listed on the website. So if you want to just see what I buy, go to the website and have a look, or you can come and wait for more videos. So we'll start at the very beginning. This I absolutely love. Let me show you some pictures with you. This is 20th century. It's the second half of the 20th century. And it's hand-painted Chinese porcelain vase with the pink top and bottom. Absolutely love the colours, the contrast. It's got the peacock pattern. There may be a bit of transfer way in amongst it, but there's certainly 90% painting, if not 100% painting. It is absolutely gorgeous. Now, I've done my research on these, and some people were selling them as 1940s and sold. But I use a website called Go the Borg. Oh yeah, it's got this lovely poem on the back. So I use a website called Go the Borg, and they are pretty much next. Well, them and Peter Coombs are the two Oriental sites you want, which is Bidamount and Go the Borg. And according to Go the Borg, the mark is sort of 1970s, 1980s. So I don't know why people are getting selling them as 40s and selling them, but they are. And the mark, where is it? There's the mark. It's marked from the second half of the 20th century, and it is the mark of, where are we? Good quality for Jing Dezen, I think it was. Where are we? Poem. Yeah, it bears the mark China Jing Dezen, mark of good quality, and it's, as I say, second half of the 20th century, but probably the last quarter. But people are selling them. Some people are asking £1,000 for these. It's absolutely ridiculous. Some people have sold them 150 all the way up to 450. So I've gone in the middle. It cost me £9.50. £9.50 I bought that. And it ain't a small one. This is 18 inches tall. That's 1.5 feet tall. It's a big thing, and it's beautifully painted. And again, they're making offer options fabulous. I sell Oriental all the time. It flies out the door, and it is just a beautiful thing. I've had a pair of these. This is an early, well, this one's early 20th century German iron. Now it's got the slug. So if I open him up here, I'll show you the photographs. This is by a company called Dali. You would pull that lever at the back, or slide that lever across at the back, sorry, and the lid would open up. It's a German make. This one's early 20th century. And this here is a big slab of iron called a slug. Normally you'd put coal and things like that in them, I would assume. Or maybe they just use slugs, I'm not sure, because it was an iron for clothes. Anyway, you'd get that red hot, chuck it inside, and then you'd have a nice hot iron to iron with. This one, as I said, is early 20th century. It's fascinating history. There are groups and sites that specialize just in these. I bought two of them. I bought this one, which was the signed one on the top, the Dali. And then I had this one, which was an earlier one. This one's a 19th century one, Victorian. And it's got a sort of gate lever at the back. It just lifts up for the iron slug on this one. Now, they're not everybody's cup of tea. They're really not. You can see the slug coming out there. But I like diversity on the site. I don't want just the same thing on the site. I want the site to be as interesting as I can. So I like to cherry pick the best things I can, to be honest with you. So I got 65 each on those. And again, I take my inspiration from sold listings, stuff I can see on eBay, stuff I can see on other people's websites that have sold, and I work a fair price out from all the sold listings or the stuff that's up for sale. This one I'm pretty sure it cost me a fiver. Now, I haven't got my book. I keep my book in the car. I should bring it in. Um, and I bought this about 5, 6 weeks ago. So I'm thinking it was a fiver. But it is brand new, never been used. You can see it's still got the Denby sticker on the front. It's cast iron, red enamel casserole dish by Denby, and it's a 2.5 litre, so it's a big size dish. But look at that. Absolutely pristine, beautiful, never been used. And I put that up for 45. It's modern, but it's good quality kitchenware. Elvis has not left the building. I thought this would have sold straight away. This is a World of Grogs limited edition of Elvis Presley. Now, this isn't a small figure. This is 11.5 inches tall. Look at the quality of that. It really captured his image well. 11.5 inches tall, limited edition to only 300 of these ever made by the World of Grogs. Now, it's not that old. There you go. See, it's marked up World of Grogs. It's in lovely condition, no damage. There you go. It's number 196 of 300 from 2015. So it's only 8 year old. But there's only been one sold online, and that sold, I think it was 150 or 175. That's why I've gone in at that price. And that was a sold price, wasn't an asking price. There wasn't another up for sale anywhere. I thought it might have been worth more. I thought 200 to 300, but I went in at the lower price because that's what they'd sold theirs at. But these World of Grogs, they are literally made about 6, 7 miles from where I live right now, down the road. And as if you know my channel, you know I love grogs. But let's be totally honest, Elvis has one of the biggest followings in the world. Grog has got a massive following in the world. And if you want love grogs and Elvis, it's got to be for you, hasn't it? A grog of Elvis Presley, fabulous. And that, I don't know whether I should tell you how much you paid for it, but it was £4. I didn't knock him down. I give him the full asking price. £4 they asked me for it. And that's what I paid. Another bargain was this. This is a sterling silver a bangle. It's really a good wide bangle. I'll tell you the size now in a minute. But it's set with a big, large amethyst in the center. It's set with coral and it's set with turquoise. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's a good weight. It's an open bangle, which means you can open and close it a little bit to fit your wrist, which means it'll fit almost any wrist. Now, there was somebody had put it, if you look at the front there, it's absolutely immaculate. But on the back, there's a bit of a crease where somebody's opened and closed it just a bit much or a bit far. But it doesn't actually show through on the front lock. Turquoises. You got a different. That may be a replacement stone there. Looking at that, maybe I don't know. No, they both got them different variety of colors, both sides. So maybe not. But absolutely gorgeous. I love it. It's got a really good weight. Fully stamped up. Mexico 925, and I can't read the other stuff. Where is it? Let me see. TR 133 or 132. You can see the line there coming through it. It doesn't show in the front, and it's not a split, it's just a crease. But it's a lovely, lovely thing. Look at that. There you go. I make sure the photographs show everything on the item. I don't see the point in hiding anything. I describe an item accurately because otherwise it's only going to come back to me. Now, this is a good heavy weight. It's 35 millimeters wide, so it's 3.5 centimeters wide, about an inch and a half, inch and a quarter, something like that. So it's a good thick bangle. Really nice. And as I said, it's currently, I would say it's for a small lady or a child rather than a larger lady, even though you can open it up. Looking at the size it is now, I'd say it's for a smaller wrist. But that only cost me £1. It's absolutely amazing, beautiful thing. And it's a good weight. Next, I had a group of silver. Same day, I paid £20 for 4 pieces. So £5 a piece across the board, the lady was asking. First of all, we have this Mexican silver Mayan calendar brooch. Now, this is the second or third I've had this year. I've got a larger example still up for sale on my site. This is a slightly smaller example. My other one, I think I had off Dylan. But this is a smaller one. But you have the Mayan calendar in a brooch. It's also a pendant. Sterling silver there, fully stamped up. There you go. I'm not flipping around. But it says sterling, 925 Mexico, SME 83 or something like that. Not sure. 83 could be the year it was made, to be honest with you. Honestly, don't know. It's just a silver brooch to me, so that's the first. Then I had this, which is absolutely gorgeous. This is sterling silver, Labradorite, and coral. And I learned this week why it's called Labradorite. It's because it comes from the island of Labrador. Something like that, if that's the right name for it. Anyway, beautiful thing, lovely colours. It's hard to capture in a photograph, but it's a good pendant. Trying to show you the ones. There are some beautiful colours in this Labradorite. There you go. I did manage to capture it. Look at that. Absolute stunning colours. Beautiful thing, set in sterling silver with a coral, and look at them colours. Honestly, absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. So I did manage to capture them. There you go, fully stamped up, sterling silver, lovely pendant. Again, that was a fiver, and that is 50 millimeters high, so 5 centimeters. So it's a good size. Then I had this one. This one's actually sold. This come in part of the group again. It was £5 each, so it's £20 for 4 pieces. This one sold within an hour, I think, or so of going on the site. It was the first day. It was absolutely unbelievable how fast this one went. But I've never seen a pentagram pendant like it. On the outside, you have create and uncreate. Then you have the spirit, air, fire, earth, and water. And then you have vowels, A, E, I, O, U. And then see, hear, touch, taste, and smell. It was a really interesting. I've seen pentagrams with, the earth, air, fire, water, and all that. I've never seen them with the vowels. Never seen them with create and uncreate. And these senses seem to be the modern senses, not the spiritual senses. So I don't. It was an unusual pentagram. But anyway, I put him up for £20, and it sold straight away. It's gone. So my money is back for the 4 pieces. Is this the other piece? Yeah, this is the last piece that came in the group for £20. And we have a beautiful sort of sunburst pendant with a nice amethyst in the center. Again, hard to photograph the stones. 925 on the back. It reminded me very much when I saw it. Look at the color of that. It reminded me of the clocks, the sunburst or starburst clocks that you see in things. I thought maybe it's that time period. I'm not sure, but it's lovely thing, lovely color. Look at that amethyst. It was hard to capture to just show how beautiful it was. It's a gorgeous thing. So yeah, doesn't do it justice, but it is it. But when the light is hitting it and coming through, it's absolutely stunning. So yeah, my money's back for the 4 pieces already on this one, on the pentagram. So I had this pendant, the Labradorite, and the Mayan calendar all for free now. Moving on, these are a pair of Indian early 20th century candlesticks formed as cobras. Now they do tons of stuff in the shape of a cobra or in the form of a cobra. They really do. And these are the smaller candlesticks. I only paid £1 for them. But they sell. They sell really, really well. People really do like these Cobra artifacts. And if you can get a big pair, then you can get decent money. But I paid £1 for them. They're up to £25. Just a nice, interesting pair of candlesticks. Next, I had a gentleman. I was selling in Gathley car boot sale, and he was on the stall next to me. And I bought 90% of what he pulled out. As he pulled it out, I bought it. First of all, we have a telescope lining up gun sight. So it's a bit like a sight for, well, like a rangefinder and a lining up sight to go inside a tank. So this absolutely beautiful thing, this is huge. This is about 3 foot long, 3.5 foot long, something like that. Weighs a ton. Comes in this original box. or case with all the military marks all over it. Telescope lining up gun, Mark 1. And this here is called a broad arrow. And you'd be surprised some of the things that are actually classed as military. If it has this broad arrow on it, then it is military. It's that simple. Whether it's a drinking glass, whether it's a telescope, or whether it's cutlery. If it's got the broad arrow, then it is military. But you can see there, it is what it says on the tin. It was easy to research. You just had to type in what it was wrote there. And I was finding people asking £300, £400, £500 for these. And mine is in mint, beautiful condition. The gentleman, believe it or not, who I was working with, worked for the military, designing the guiding systems for mortar shells and rockets and things. He was a very bright man, and apparently his attic is full of this stuff. And you wouldn't believe he pulled a load of it out, and I'll tell you the price at the end. It was shocking, the price. So I had this off him. It's the first one, and it's up for £200, and that is probably half the lowest price I can find out there. Then I had this one, which is a marine distance meter, pattern number 703, number 701. And what they done, they measured in cables. Don't ask me how that works or what it is. I have no idea. I haven't looked it up, but nice instrument again. Now, this one does have a broken lens. Everything you need to know is on there. There you go. So you measure the height and the feet. Or height in feet, sorry. Where's the broken lens? There. It's not going to be too hard to replace that little bit of glass. It is tiny. It's only a window. It's not a magnifying lens or nothing. So replacing that should be relatively easy, I would think. Other than that, it's in good condition. All the optics, everything work. And I put that one out for 45. Then I had this one, which is a brass and cast iron French apparatus for measuring levels and angles. Really good looking piece of kit. In extremely good condition again. This gentleman really had a good eye for the finest pieces, but he only bought the best condition stuff. Again, I've looked online. Some of these have sold through auction, not far off what I'm asking for mine, and they've been no box and a lot less, not as good condition. It's absolutely gorgeous. Really is. Nice bit of kit, nice instrument. So I had that. So remember now I've had the gun sight or lining up sight, the distance meter, the level, angles and level of the instrument. And then I had this, which is a sort of 1950s, 60s, let's go 60s, St. John's oak medicine cabinet with a hand-painted cross on the front. Really nice vintage thing. Lovely condition, but it has lost one handle on one of the drawers. But it's a lovely box cabinet. It's the big one. It's not a small one. I'll tell you the size in a minute, but look at the color of that golden oak. It's gorgeous. Just glowing. You can see there it's lost one handle, but it's just a sort of a squarish block. Dovetail joints. It's just a nice quality medicine cabinet. And the lock works, and I got the key. And it is 17 and a quarter inches tall, 12 and a half inches wide, and 9 inches deep. It's a really good sized cabinet with the working lock. So you could mount it on the wall and use it as a medicine cabinet now with a bit of history and a bit of luck behind it. Anyway, for the 4 pieces, I paid him £75. How wonderful is that? And I didn't knock him a penny. I swear to you, I paid him his full asking price. How wonderful are they? I love the cabinet, but I like to have diversity and good items on the site. Then I bought this, and I was almost sorry I bought it because I was crying back to the car. Well, I bought 2 of them, and the other one I haven't listed yet. This one is 13 kilos. It's Himalayan salt lamp. Now, they sold it to me. They said, Ave, we think it's melting because it's damp or feels wet to the touch, but it's salt. It draws in moisture. It doesn't actually melt. If you actually read up about these salt lamps, they don't actually melt. Anyway, it feels damp or almost wet to the touch because it is a salt lamp. Um, it's a beautiful, heavy thing. 13 kilos just for one lamp. I haven't tried putting a bulb in it, but it's got a lovely finish to it. Really nice. It's not the sort of thing I deal in loads, but I am going to move a bit more into the crystals and things like that, having seen how people like them. So it's, yeah, just a nice lamp, nice decorative lamp. It cost me a fiver. It's up for £75. And again, I've taken my prices from other people who've sold similar. Well, I'm not a religious man per se, but I love Welsh items. I love coal items. And we have here an image of the Last Supper in full 3D out of coal, Welsh Tower Colliery coal. So there you have the Last Supper, the table with Jesus and his disciples having the Last Supper. Um, Beautiful details on it. So if you're into religious artifacts, then it's certainly an unusual one for you. Or if you're into Welsh, but a Welsh coal Last Supper. But look at that. Handmade in the UK with Tower coal, being Tower Colliery in Hirwaun, South Wales. And there's their phone number, 01443 491 492. How wonderful is that? And that is 11 inches long. So again, a good size bit of Welsh coal as the Last Supper. Now, I was actually sat thinking, do they carve these pieces? And then I thought, there's no way they carve them and sell them for the money they do. So what they must do is they must have a mold, they must grind the coal into a powder, add some glues or whatever it is, compact it in, and then pull it out like a bit like cement, but coal cement. So it's made from Welsh coal, but I think they like grind it up or they use the slag. I'm not sure. And then they form these models out of them. But it's really nice. A bit of Welsh history because of the Welsh coal. And just appealed to me. I paid a fiver for it, believe it or not, and it's up for 30. So I did like it. My final buy is unbelievably cheap. I paid 50 pence for a sterling silver coin dish. Now, the dish is silver. I don't believe the coin is, but it is a Chinese dish. It was presented to the George School in 1972, I believe it was. And it's got an inset with a Hong Kong $1. There you go. It's engraved to St. George's School. It's got a tiny dent on the one side. And there you go, stamped on the back, sterling, made in Hong Kong. And there's the back. Queen Elizabeth II. Bless her little soul. So, that cost me 50 pence. You know, for a sterling silver dish. How wonderful is that? That just gives you an idea of some of the things that you can get from the car boot sales. Now, I'm not the only dealer out there buying this stuff. There's loads of people doing it. There's other YouTubers doing it. We all find some absolutely pretty amazing things. Of all the things I bought this week, I got one here, which is by far the best buy I've had. We got a little pretend, well, it is a compass actually. It's a real compass. And it's made up to look like a pirate's compass. And that made my 4-year-old girl the happiest little girl in the world this week. She's mad on doing treasure hunts and pirate maps and things. And I picked her up at the car boot sale this week for £1. And I've been the best daddy in the world all week. She has done nothing but touch me, hug me, and say thank you, and tell me she loves me, all for a little compass. And that is worth more than anything else I bought this week. Pound. She absolutely adores it. So, what do you think of that? That was the best buy of the week, I think, for me. And it all locks up and it goes into a pirate case. But we to play games. I'll draw a picture of the tumble dryer and put that on the settee, and then she'll have to run to the tumble dryer. There'll be another drawing in the tumble dryer, maybe the fridge or the toilet or something like that. She'll have to run there, and I leave clues for her to run everywhere all over the house until eventually she finds a bag of sweets or something. We just turn into games. So yeah, she absolutely loved that for a quid. It was the best buy of the week. So, let me know what you think. What do you think of the make an offer option? There's ups and downs. Now, there will be people who'll make an offer on items who would have paid the full asking price. I have to take that into consideration, but I have to then weigh that up against how many people. I have about 10 to 11,000 people visit the website a month. Let's say 10% of them were interested in an item but found it was a bit too dear. 10%, that could be 100, 110 people. Therefore, is it? No. 10% of 11,000 would be 1,100, sorry. Or 1,000 to 1,100 people may have been interested in an item if it's 10%, but it may have been too expensive. So potentially that is a whole heap of potential offers coming in. Already, I think the make an offer option's been there for about 10 days now. And I've gone from a 50% reduction in my sales to back to my peak. So I got to be honest, so far it's worked, and hopefully it'll keep working. So, and I've also had an option done where I can do this year for the Black Friday sales. I can actually do a 10% standard sale across the board or something like that, because Black Friday sales are the busiest weekend. They don't do just a Friday anymore. They do a week or weekend. And there's something astronomical. There's billions and billions spent online in just one weekend. And I'd like a slice of that pie too. So I've actually sorted out, I can do a 10% standard or 15, whatever I decide I want to do. I can just do a standard discount all over the Black Friday sales that'll pop up and say discount 15% or whatever, automatic on the site as they go onto the site. So I've been looking all different things for promotions and driving sales and traffic, because let's be honest, I'm selling luxury items. I'm not selling essentials. There's a lot of people I know who can't afford this type of stuff. A lot of people, it's a choice of food or bills. Luxuries don't even come into it. There's a lot of people out there won't even spend money on themselves. They spend it on the house and the children and things. I'm one of them. Half the time, my clothes are scruffy as hell because I just don't like wasting money on myself. So yeah, but I will keep you updated on how that's going. Hopefully, it'll all keep going right, and maybe the make an offer has combated the bit of loss from the recession. But there's how many items? I think I reached. I broke the 3,500 items. I'll let you know in the next video how many items I got on the website, but I know I smashed the 3,500 items. My goal for this year was to reach 4,000 items, and I'm well on target to breaking that, smashing that a mile away. And some of the pieces I got, I picked this up last night. I got that. That is all fine cut glass. Absolutely spectacular centerpiece. Would have paid a fiver for it. It's all stuff like that to be filmed and put into the videos. I got literally tons of it. It's everywhere. If it's stuff, if you love antiques, go and have a look at the website. It's all there, AntiquesArena.com. And just have a browse. There's 300 pages of stock. I can assure you there's something on there for everyone. And if you like antique videos and learning about antiques, check my channel out. I got tons and tons of videos on the channel, full of interesting content, some helpful content, and some blogs where I just have a chat and a moan. If you like my videos, it really does help, and I would really be grateful if you could share them, ask your friends to share them, put a like on them, comment. It all helps the algorithm, helps the channel get out there. And hopefully I'll get another one done now next week. So if you made it this far, which a lot of you haven't, I know, but for those of you who have, thank you very much for the support. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.